I took the initiative in creating the internet.
The paranoid people on the internet, and there's quite a few.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Good.
In the councils of government, we must guard against the acquisition of unwarranted influence, whether sought or unsought, by the military-industrial complex.
You go to war with the army you have.
But here, cleverly disguised as a bomb is a bomb.
It's been a good year for the war buffs.
I've flip-flopped, flop-flipped.
Failure is not an option.
This was a failure of policy, management, capability, and above all, a failure of imagination.
Imagine somebody like Osama bin Laden understanding the joy of Hanukkah. 50 tons of mustard gas in a turkey farm.
That's why the president wants to build the peace shield. It would stop missiles in outer space so they couldn't hit our house.
Your government failed you. Those entrusted with protecting you failed you. And I failed you.
The 67-year-old evil dictator was giving me advice on women.
Are you better off than you were 4 years ago?
Most American parents are clueless.
You're a politician.
Please, I'm only an elected official here. I can't make decisions by myself.
What's on your mind, Senator?
I don't know. What do we do now?
I don't believe this president can.
There you go again.
Well, there you go again.
I can't help it. There you go again.
You'd be amazed the number of people want to introduce themselves to you in the men's room.
You saw a man who will say and do anything in order to get elected.
I would hope that we can have this conversation and discuss what happened before and what went on before and what I said without impugning my credibility or my integrity.
Underestimate. Just making sure you were paying attention. You were.
Let's not rewrite history. It's too soon to do that.
That's one hell of a newspaper you got there, mister. It's the only one I ever saw that prints the news before it happens. People believe what they read in the papers, even if they don't believe it, which doesn't make any sense, right? But if enough headlines say that I'm a crook, well, that's the end of me in the car, which is what this whole thing's all about, isn't it?
I welcome this kind of examination because people have got to know whether or not their president's a crook. Well, I'm not a crook.
You use narcotics?
I am addicted to prescription pain medication.
By the way, we're having a little gathering. You all are invited to partake.
President Bush tried marijuana. I think I will.
Immediately following this broadcast, I will check myself into a treatment center for the next 30 days.
What are you, stoned or stupid?
Either he didn't take his medication or he's acting.
Just say no to drugs.
Say no to legislators.
We kept trying to explain to my dad that when we were young and irresponsible, well, we were young and irresponsible. Kind of like Dad.
I'm President of the United States, and I'm not going to eat any more broccoli.
If the United States Air Force did recover alien bodies, they didn't tell me about it either, and I want to know.
Kind of one of those exaggerations.
Now, I know you're never supposed to talk about sex, religion, and politics, but I do.
Anywhere I happen to be standing is a free speech zone. Anywhere you happen to be standing is a free speech zone.
But in the new approach, as you know, the important thing is to understand what you're doing rather than to get the right answer.
Of course we're after Saddam Hussein. Bin Laden. He's isolated.
And for God's sake, don't listen to Rumsfeld. He doesn't know what in the hell he's talking about.
How do you know if you're a Republican?
I'm not telling.
We begin bombing in 5 minutes.
That answer almost made me want to scowl.
Somebody watching would pick one or the other depending on their own views.
It's what we make of it.
What a cheap shot.
We're all out of victims.
Can we all get along? Can we get along?
In the United States, one city has more psychiatrists per capita than any other. Washington, D.C. Believe it or not.
Experience matters.
Mr. Vice President, I don't think the country can take 4 more years of this kind of experience.
I've been to jail more times than anybody running for president of the United States.
Swift Vets and POWs for Truth are responsible for the content of this advertisement.